This is Adamantly Analog, episode 88. This week, we're going to mix it up with some board game pub trivia. Hello and welcome to Adamantly Analog, episode 88. I'm your host, Corey Murphy.
Hey, I'm your other host, Harrison Dunn.
And we're the only podcast that pulls a total left turn and does a completely different format on a week-by-week basis.
Yeah, it's like Game Changers, but for podcasting. It's definitely of the same caliber. Same thing.
Yep, same exact thing. I don't know what Game Changers is, but it could only be true. We don't often change format to this extent, but we are going to do a pub trivia episode today. I think that if this goes well, this could be a thing, Harrison. This could be a thing that we do every now and then, but we'll see.
Okay.
I had a lot of fun writing the questions. All right, a little background on this. When Nikki and I go on road trips, we like to listen to the Pub Trivia Group podcast. Shout out to Sam, the host of the Pub Trivia Group podcast. And basically what he does is he does a pub trivia style trivia game with lots of different clever game rounds. And we're going to use some of those examples today on our board game version of that podcast. So thank you to Sam for unknowingly inspiring this podcast. We'll link that pub trivia group in the other links at the bottom of our show notes for those that are curious. Harrison, how are you?
You know, I'm doing all right. It's been a crazy week. We had to pull the plug on our trip to Minneapolis for Protospiel due to the state of that state right now. But we had a little impromptu board game playtest session at the Thunderworks warehouse with great turnout, despite the only about 3 days advance notice.
Yeah.
So that was nice to get together and play some games. Although we didn't actually play in the same game together.
No, we didn't, but we definitely played a lot of games in the same room together. So there's that, and all playtested games too. I don't think we played a single published game all day, and we were there for good 6 hours. We were doing stuff. That was awesome.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah. So thanks for putting that together, Harrison.
Heck yeah, thanks for coming out.
Yeah. So aside from that, though, I have played some actual published games, and we can talk about those on the podcast. Have you?
I have. Is a substitute for going to Minneapolis Protospiel. I tried to get extra games in this weekend, and Lauren and I played some 2-player Wild Tiled West, and then I visited our friend Ethan, and he taught me how to play A Place for All My Books. It was him and his partner, and me and Lauren. And have you seen this one? Have you heard of this one?
Only since you put it in the show notes.
Okay, so A Place for All My Books is a Smirk and Dagger game from last year that really tries to cater to and focus on like the cozy aesthetic. And it's a game about being an introvert and organizing your books. It plays in sort of like a worker placement style. You have a pawn that you move to a different action each turn. Half of the actions are on your own personal board, which represents your home. And then the other half of the actions are in the town, which is a shared board. All the actions on your personal board give you energy, and then all the actions on the shared board cost energy. So there's this like back and forth of like, I gotta organize my books and do stuff at home and admire my collection to charge up my social battery, get energy, and then go out into the world and like spend your battery to get more books and improve your situation at home. So super thematic, like really appealing hooks for their intended audience. I think this is like a huge win as far as that goes. I think we played with the deluxe version of it, which has actual wooden little book tokens that each book has a like gold engraving embossing on it, a different pattern. It just absolutely gorgeous production, wonderful artwork. Gameplay was really, really puzzly, like way more than I thought it was going to be. It revolves around trying to complete different pattern-based objectives based on the location and the stack order of different books in your house. One is like have a yellow book in every room, or have equal number of stacks of books with the same color on top, or various things like that. So all your actions are about like moving different stacks around and manipulating the order of those stacks. I would probably never play it at 4 again, just because I think there's a little bit too much downtime. I like to be able to think a lot about my turns because there's so many moving pieces in this. So I think it would be really good at like 1 or 2. Probably 3 is okay too, but, yeah. No, it was great. I really enjoyed it, and Lauren destroyed us.
Awesome. I'm looking at pictures of it. It's so damn cute, Harrison.
It
I mean,
is, yeah,
everything about this, like the art is like kind of cozy. Dude's got a scarf on, and like the rest action is painting minis.
yeah.
um, the ones I'm looking at right here, someone had printed little custom book covers for all of the books, and so they're all real books. I see like
Oh,
the purple
wow.
books are like graphic novels and stuff, and I'm seeing like
Yep,
Margaret Atwood, and yeah, it's kind of fun. Yeah, nice. This looks like it would definitely hit with the right crowd.
yep. So, how about you, Corey? What you been playing?
Well, I was in the local game store the other day, and I just felt like I needed to purchase a game to show my support, and so I did it for them. Okay, right?
Okay.
Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers trick taking game was calling to me. I have played the first edition of this, the Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring trick taking game, and I really loved it. I was blown away by it. It is very similar to The Crew, in that it is a cooperative trick taking game, a must follow trick taking game. And like mechanically, it starts off a lot like The Crew. Like each player has a goal of getting, a certain card or certain types of cards in their possession at the end of the trick taking round. In this case, it's kind of like a chapter based game. Each box has 18 chapters in it, and you're going through cooperatively, playing through the different characters that appear at different points in the Lord of the Rings story. So at the start of the rounds, you lay out the like 4 or 5 different characters you have to choose from, and players select those characters, and that's the way that they select basically what their goal is for that round. Each character has a unique trade ability at the start of the round. They can pass cards to other players depending on what their character allows. But then each of them has to do different things. Like Legolas is trying to win all of the forest cards, and Gimli trying to win all of the mountain cards. Um, what's the guy's name? Aragorn, and is trying to win the majority of the cards along with a partner that is identified by having certain card in their hand. So it's really cool. It's ever evolving as you go through, and they're trying some really clever things with it. My understanding is that the Two Towers trick taking game, the second edition of this, which there will be a third when the time comes. This one just came out. The second edition plays on the trick taking theme and really pushes it into some very experimental directions. And it's been really well received so far, and it's been really well received so far by us too, because we had a lot of fun playing the first 2 chapters. Yeah, have you played either of these?
No, I have not. I've the only like I mean, besides the crew, which I've played very little of, this like new
Yeah.
round of more narrative or thematically driven trick taking games I've not touched, except for a different IP story based trick taking game that I tried at a proto spiel last year. That I'm not sure if I remembered. I said I wouldn't talk about what the theme was, so I'm not going to say what the theme
Okay.
was. But suffice to say, uh, I'm pretty sure they had a publisher lined up, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see that in the near future. So,
Okay. Cool.
um, yeah, it seems like it is in a space ripe for exploration, and I'm excited to see what people do with it, and finally get around to trying it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cool ideas coming about after The Crew. I think The Crew is really the progenitor of this idea.
Right.
Um, and this one is like it's a campaign-based game in the sense that it's got chapters, but you could certainly just like replay it or start from any chapter that you want to. It's not like a one and done kind of legacy style game. There
Okay.
there are little pouches of cards tucked away behind like in boxes in the game box, which is pretty small to begin with. So it does conceal some of the ideas as in the first games you don't really know what you're going to see later on. So that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, look forward to playing more of it, and I'll report back when we get to the end of it.
Heck yeah. Sounds good.
All right, trivia time.
That's what it sounds like we're doing.
The idea here is that we have 3 rounds, and those 3 rounds for today are connections, crossword, and caveman clues. And I will say the third one is very experimental. It might be terrible, but we're going to try it. Um, each of those rounds has a different theme and has a different number of questions. I'm going to go through each question, and I'm going to allow you to pause the podcast if you want some more thinking time, but I'm going to keep rolling. And then after completing all of the questions in the sequence, I will allow you to think it over, mull it over, see if you can make the connections, for example. There are going to be hints in different game types. And then we'll go through and I'll look for your answers.
Okay.
Okay. So, for example, the very first round, this one's got 6 questions in it, and the round type is connections. That is the name of the game. So, in this case, each answer has a word in common with the next in sequence. For example, if your first answer is peanut butter and jelly, the next answer might be jelly beans. So, while the questions might be individually hard, once you make those connections, you have clues that you didn't have before.
What you're saying is I have to get the first one right in order to have a better chance of getting the second one right.
It could be that you get the last one right and then you work backwards, which is why I recommended the paper and pencil.
Oh, so 1 and 6 also connect.
1 connects to 2, 2 connects to 3, 3 connects to 4, all the way up to 6. Yep.
And does 6 connect back to 1?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. To be clear, in most cases, it is a common word between 2 answers, and in some cases, I made it a little harder, and it is a part of a word, that
Okay.
is connected between 2, like a a suffix, for example.
Okay. I'm ready.
Okay, you ready? Here we go. So, number 1. This 2012 Spiel des Jahres winner is incredibly replayable due to its modular game board. Pause for thinking time. Don't answer yet. Number 2. This 2021 game is a two-player spin-off to its dystopian card drafting predecessor, released in 2019. This 2021 game is a two-player spin-off to its dystopian card drafting predecessor, released in 2019. Number 3. Designed by Tim Eisner, this 2 to 5 player game features bag building as well as variable player powers. Say it again. Designed by Tim Eisner, this 2 to 5 player game features bag building as well as variable player powers. Number 4. Frequently cited as the definitive tabletop epic, this 2012 grand strategy game, now in its second edition, features over 200 miniatures. Frequently cited as the definitive tabletop epic, this 2012 grand strategy game, now in its second edition, features over 200 miniatures. Number 5. This party game tasks players to make connections between the context in which an object exists, the spelling or construction of the object's name, and the physical makeup of the object. This party game tasks players to make connections between the context in which an object exists, the spelling or construction of the object's name, and the physical makeup of the object. And number 6. This social deduction game is based on a 1982 film by John Carpenter. This social deduction game is based on a 1982 film by John Carpenter. All right, so as Sam on the pub trivia group would say, pause now if you need time to think it over. I will repeat each question and give you a chance, Harrison, to, kind of talk about your thought process and see if you have any guess as to what it might be.
I'm obviously not looking these up at the time of recording because that would be against the spirit of the game.
Yeah.
But I think I've got 5 out of 6.
Ooh, okay.
And the one that I'm missing, I feel really silly not knowing what it is. But I'm going to just put a name out there because I'm pretty confident about the ones before and after. So I'm going to make up a game name for the other one because I just literally don't know. So
That's perfect. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go back through the answers and you can give your response as we hit each one. So, number 1, this 2012 Spiel des Jahres winner is incredibly replayable due to its modular game board. Harrison.
I'm guessing Kingdom Builder.
Ding, ding, ding. That is correct. Number 2, this 2021 game is a 2-player spinoff to its dystopian card drafting predecessor, released in 2019.
This one is one that I'm not super sure about, but I think it's a spin-off of It's a Beautiful World, and I think It's a Beautiful Kingdom. Is that a thing?
You have the right game, but that's not the title exactly. You want to try to refine
Okay.
that?
Uh, I always get confused. It's a Wonderful.
Yes, it's a wonderful
Okay.
kingdom. Yeah, and
Wonderful
that might
Kingdom.
come in handy
Okay.
for our next question. It's a wonderful
Yep,
kingdom. So, It's a
it
Wonderful
does.
World is the card drafting predecessor. All right,
Got it.
number 3, designed by Tim Eisner, this 2 to 5 player game features bag building as well as variable player powers.
So then this has got to be Wonderland's War.
That's correct. Number 4. Frequently cited as the definitive tabletop epic, this 2012 grand strategy game, now in its second edition, features over 200 miniatures.
Lord of the Rings, The War of the Ring.
Yep, that's correct. I just put War of the Ring. Okay. Number 5. This party game tasks players to make connections between the context in which an object exists, the spelling or construction of the object's name, and the physical makeup of the object.
This felt like a gimme, Corey. That's got to be Things and Rings.
That is Things and Rings. Yeah, I think it's a gimme if you've played it before, but I tried to obscure it a little bit by not saying
Yeah,
thing and saying object.
yeah.
All right, and number 6, the last one. You're doing great, Harrison. This social deduction game is based on a 1982 film by John Carpenter.
The Thing.
Yeah, that's right. And technically, the first game released was The Thing Infection at Outpost 31, but I'll give you The Thing. There is actually one of those too. So that's 6 for 6.
Hey, all right. This game's easy.
Yeah,
Let's just
you are
cancel the episode and do something normal.
you're going home with a new blender.
Woo!
Woo! All right, cool. All right, bathroom break. You can pause, go use the bathroom, yada yada, and we're gonna keep going. Now, round 2 is crosswords. And the first letter of each answer combines to spell out the name of this famous board game designer. So I'm going to give you a hint for that crossword, but the first letter of each question's answer spells out this answer. And this hint is the legendary designer was the first to have their name printed on a game box as a selling point. So maybe you already know, maybe that's obscure enough to not know, and you're going to need those hints from the first letter. So keep that in the back of your mind as we go through our 7 questions for this round. Hint, there are 7 letters in this person's name. Okay, in all of these questions, the answers are board game designers.
I got to ask a clarifying question.
Yeah.
Is this person's whole name 7 letters, first and last, or is this just their first name or just their last name?
It is not their whole name. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
Although the answers I'm looking for now are complete names. So
Okay.
the connection is it spells out a last name. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So number 1, this designer got his start when his design was found on GameCrafter and published by Alley Cat Games in 2018. Hint, the game was no doubt influenced by the designer's day job as a nurse. Who is the designer? I'll do that one more time. This designer got his start when his design was found on GameCrafter and published by Alley Cat Games in 2018. Hint, the game was no doubt influenced by the designer's day job as a nurse. Who is the designer? Number 2. This French designer has 2 games appearing in the BGG Top 100, both 2-player games re-implementing the original multiplayer system. This French designer has 2 games appearing in the BGG Top 100, both 2-player games re-implementing the original multiplayer system. Number 3. This designer is famous for multi-use card games in which many of the cards are intentionally pushed to feel broken or overpowered. This designer is famous for multi-use card games in which many of the cards are intentionally pushed to feel broken or overpowered. Number 4. This designer was originally a dental technician until his 1995 game exploded onto the scene, creating what some cite as the modern board game revolution. This designer was originally a dental technician until his 1995 game exploded onto the scene, creating what some cite as the modern board game revolution. Number 5. This designer has over 40 published titles to his name and is affectionately known for the point salad style of game design as well as his use of dice in heavy strategy games. This designer has over 40 published titles to his name and is affectionately known for the point salad style of game design as well as his use of dice in heavy strategy games. Number 6. This designer, famous for games like La Granja, Cooper Island, and Sunavalo, published games using his 3-letter nickname, a shortening of his family name. This designer, famous for games like La Granja, Cooper Island, and Sunavalo, publishes games using his 3-letter nickname, a shortening of his family name. And number 7, last one. By day, he works as a dentist, but by night, he is a board game podcaster, designer, and publisher. His company is best known for its Classics line, which features lavishly reimagined editions of games by legendary designer Reiner Knizia. By day, he works as a dentist. By night, he is a board game podcaster, designer, and publisher. His company is best known for its Classics line, which features lavishly reimagined editions of games by legendary designer Reiner Knizia. All right, pause for thought. Harrison?
Oh no.
Really?
Uh, I feel like I have a direction,
Okay.
uh, but this is not going to end well.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Do you have any idea what the crossword is, the connecting
No,
answer? Okay.
not yet. Not yet.
All right. So we'll go through one at a time here, and I think it'll become clear after a few. It won't take long. All right, so we're going back to the top. Number 1. This designer got his start when his design was found on GameCrafter and published by Alley Cat Games in 2018. Hint, the game was no doubt influenced by the designer's day job as a nurse. Who is the designer?
I'm pretty sure that's Stan Kordonsky, friend of the show.
Yes, it is. Yeah, and he told that story when he was our guest on the show, so I thought that was a little callback to the episode he appeared on. Nice. And that, do you know what the game is called?
Dice Hospital.
Dice Hospital. Yep. All right, cool. So that means that your first letter in the crossword is S. Stan. Okay, number 2. This French designer has 2 games appearing in the BGG Top 100, both two-player games, re-implementing the original multiplayer system.
This is the where I started to get stumped immediately because I was like, oh man, it's not coming to me. Two players are not
Hmm.
my forte.
Hmm. I'll give you a hint. The original multiplayer system is ranked 112, and it is, I would say, one of the classics of modern board gaming that features many more than 2 players,
Right.
like
Oh no.
5 more than 2 players.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh gosh, what is his name?
We'll help the people out. What's the 7-player game?
Okay. Antoine Bauza.
Yes, yeah. So 7 Wonders. Yeah, those 2 games are the, Seven Wonders Duel and the Lord of the Rings, Duel for Middle-earth, which is an implementation of Seven Wonders Duel. Okay, so far you have S and A for the crossword.
This is true.
Number 3, this designer is famous for multi-use card games in which many of the cards are intentionally pushed to feel broken or overpowered.
It's got to be Carl Chudik.
Yeah, no matter how you do it, Juddick, Carl, or Classic Carl, you get a C. So good job.
Yep.
Number 4, this designer was originally a dental technician until his 1995 game exploded onto the scene, creating what some cite as the modern board game revolution.
So, yeah, this is I was like, I'm not super sure. Like, I thought maybe it's referring to Klaus Teuber as Settlers of Catan, but I wasn't positive.
Final answer?
Sure.
That's correct.
Oh,
Close
okay.
to.
Oh,
Yeah. Did you know he was a dental technician?
that sounded familiar,
Yeah, we got 2
but I
dentists
wasn't
on the
sure.
list here.
Yeah, yeah. Rest in peace, Mr. Klaus Teuber. You were a legend.
Yeah, I think I read something that he was doing some of the designing in the basement of the dental office, which was maybe like a family-owned kind of joint. All right. Okay, number 5. Oh, by the way, you have S, A, C, and K, SAC. Number 5, this designer has over 40 published titles to his name and is affectionately known for the point salad style of game design as well as his use of dice and heavy strategy games.
That's probably Stefan Feld, if I know
It
you.
is Steffenfeld. I would have also thought that Uwe Rosenberg would have been a good answer for that one, but I think he's way beyond 40 published titles. I don't know. So yeah, Steffenfeld. Number 6, this designer, famous for games like La Granja, Cooper Island, and Sunavalo, publishes games using his 3-letter nickname, a shortening of his family name.
Yeah, this is I was like, "Man, I don't know this one at all." I think I am, I got a whiff on that.
Okay. And this one, the answer that I'm looking for is the 3-letter nickname because that helps with the crossword. The designer's name is fully Andreas Odendahl, but he goes by Odie as a designer. ODE.
Okay. All right.
Okay, and then number 7. By day, he works as a dentist, but by night, he is a board game podcaster, designer, and publisher. His company is best known for his Classics line, which features lavishly reimagined editions of games by legendary designer Reiner Knizia.
I was I was kind of all over the place on this because you went board game podcaster and legendary or something, and I was like, is this Steve Bonacore? But now looking at everything, it doesn't look like it's correct there. So, um, yeah. Uh,
This one's tricky. I was struggling to find someone that had this letter as their starting initial, and I'll give you a hint that this designer actually only has one published design of their own. I think they're better known as a publisher and podcaster. But if you go back to the Crossword, which remember the Crossword is the legendary designer who was the first to have their name printed on a game box as a selling point, you
yep.
have Sackso.
And I
What's the
think
answer?
that's got to be Saxon, right?
Yep,
For Sid
yep, Sid
Saxon.
Saxon. Yep.
So the N isn't helping me here.
Okay.
But maybe if you're listening at home, you're shouting the answer because you know who it is.
Yep. This is this is Nick Murray, Bitewing Games.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I met him.
Have you? Oh, jeez.
Yeah. No, I should have been thinking dentist Bitewing Games, and at least, figured that out. Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
sent him home with one of my, prototypes last year at, Gen Con.
Nice. Yeah. So there you go. The answer is Sid Saxon for the Crossword. The first to have their name printed on a game as a selling point. That's interesting, isn't it?
It's pretty cool. What was the
Yeah.
game?
Oh, I wish I knew that. Oh man, Sid Saxon goes way back though. I mean, his design started in like the '60s, I want to say. He
Yeah, yeah.
passed in 2002, so he's been gone for quite a while. But yeah, Acquire, Can't Stop, Focus. I mean, he's got some very like Milton Bradley level titles out there, but he's also got some very gamery games that have stood the test of time. I mean, Acquire just got reprinted recently.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, they were just playing I'm the Boss at, game night last week, so
Yeah,
games
there
are
you
still
go.
being played today.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Well, nice job, Harrison. You've only missed one so far, I think, right? I mean, I gave you some big clues on
Pretty
Antoine
much.
Bauza, but you're doing great.
Yeah, yeah. Just wasn't
All right.
clicking.
All right, the final round, Caveman Clues. This is of my own design, so you don't have to blame Sam from the Trivia Podcast group if it goes wrong. This one, I will describe the game using only one-word syllables, or one-syllable words, excuse me, and you get to guess what it is. And just to spare us if it's terrible, this one's only 5 questions.
Okay.
So I'll do my best to use a caveman voice too to just make it thematic. So,
And ripe to be cut if this segment goes too long.
oh yeah, here we go. So number 1, you draw a tile or say name loud and grab piece. We go round now. Bid if you want. Looking for the name of the game, by the way. The clue is you draw a tile or say a name loud and grab piece. We go round now. Bid if you want. Number 2, there are cards, pawns, cubes. Go in sand to get stuff or climb tracks. When done, we fight. Small cards can be boo. I'm struggling with that one. I need a one syllable. There are cards, pawns, and cubes. Go in sand to get stuff or climb tracks. When done, we fight. Small cards can be boo. Number 3, we are team, but we no say what we have. One must take a card, but we do not know who has it. No say, just use big brain. We are team, but we no say what we have. One must take a card, but we do not know who it has it. No say, just use big brain. Number 4, pick up boys and drop one by one. Last boy must find friends and do things. More sand. Pick up boys and drop one by one. Last boy must find friends and do things. More sand. And number 5, move to boat, and it will be tight. So we will get points. Stay by friend, who match for more points. At end, score by cards. Move to boat. it will be tight, so we will get more points. Stay by friend, who match for more points. At end, score by cards. Okay, that's all of them. Thankfully, it's over. Pause for contemplation.
Yeah, I'm positive on one,
Okay.
shaky on another, and completely lost on three.
Okay. These clues might have sucked, but we'll see.
Maybe they'll come to me on the recap here.
Okay. I'll say them in a not caveman like voice so that maybe that will help too. But as we go
Okay.
back through, go ahead and talk us through your thoughts here. Number one was you draw tile or say name loud and grab piece. We go round now. Bid if you want.
Oh, is this raw?
Yeah. This is one you were shaky on?
Nope. That was one I was just completely lost on.
Oh, well, there you go. It's raw. Yep. You draw tile or say a name loud and grab piece. You grab the raw piece. We go around now. Bid if you want. Good. It's raw. Number two, there are cards, pawns, and cubes. Go in sand to get stuff or climb tracks. When done, we fight. Small cards can be boo.
Um, I just wrote down Kemet question mark, and I'm pretty
Uh,
sure that's not it.
no, it's not Kemet. Cards, pawns, and cubes all exist in Dune
Oh,
Imperium.
yep, Dune. I was just about to say it because I had a theory that all the games were one syllable words as well, but Dune Imperium doesn't quite track.
Um, to be honest with you, that was my intention with this, and I thought Dune, that's one syllable, but then the Imperium part is like a little bit too big brain for a caveman. So that might be true for all the rest of the words. So stay with me. Yeah, so that's Dune Imperium. Number three, we are team, but we no say what we have. One must take a card, but we do not know who has it. No say, just use big brain.
Yeah, this I was thinking like Secret Hitler or something, like hidden
Mm.
role game, obviously. Um, yeah, no, I was lost on this one too.
We are team. One must take a card, but we do not know who has it in the crew.
Oh, okay. I see. I see where you're going with that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I bet someone got that.
yeah. All right, number four. Pick up boys and drop one by one. That was for you, Harrison, the boys thing.
I love
Last
that. Yeah.
boy, last boy must find friends and do things. More sand.
I need to find friend and do things. That's five tribes.
Yes, it is. Did you get that before more sand?
Yes.
I just thought that was funny to throw in there. Okay, number five. Move to boat. It will be tight, so we get points. Stay by friend who match for more points. At end, score by cards.
I really thought you were gonna say use the word cats in there somewhere because this is Isle of Cats.
Yeah, I almost did because it says cards right above the word cats, and I almost slipped every time I did that. Score by cats. Yes, it is alley cats. So you did like almost all of those ones too. Jeez,
Yeah,
Harrison.
I was right there on
Good
the tip of
work.
my tongue for Dune. I think you can do the edit to make it sound like I got it on before you blurted it out.
Yeah, we'll see. I may or may not do that.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Cool. Well, yeah, that's the end of our trivia podcast. If you like more of that, just find the Pub Trivia Podcast group in the show notes. Linked in the show notes are tons of great games in there. I think one of my favorites that he does is the road trip, where the answers are like different states or cities, and you can kind of follow a path through the United States with your answers. Yeah, we always have fun with that one. All right. On that note, I think it's time to close out. But before we do, I want to just ask Harrison, have you been up to any shenanigans outside of the cardboard world?
I have, yeah. So I like, having a little bit of a phone game thing, that I can just kind of idly poke at while we're watching TV, especially when we're rewatching stuff, because we're still rewatching Orphan Black, like I mentioned.
Mhm.
And I just happened to find this video. Like it was somebody who was listing top 10 games, and they mentioned Star Invaders as like one of their games of the year last year. So I was like, okay, you liked Star Invaders. I liked Star Invaders. Let's see what else you thought was a game of the year. And I
Mhm.
found this mobile game also available. It's on Android, iOS, and Steam. I think it's like $4 on Steam free trial version on iOS and Android, and the Android full buy was $3. So anyway, this game that I was found and have been like building up to now, very cheap everywhere, is called Merge Maestro, uh, and it's kind of like a dumb just matching two tiles to make the better tile, kind of like the old 2048 game.
Mhm.
You have a grid that can hold tiles, and the tiles are numbered 1, 2, 3 up to 8, and you merge two ones, they become a two. You merge two twos, they become a three, etc. Uh, when you put a tile out there, it does a damage to an enemy. These waves of enemies you're spawning. But then after each wave, you get to pick one tile to upgrade to a unique power. And that power could be like, when this tile is destroyed, you deal one damage to everything. Or when you merge this tile with another tile, it attacks three times for three or something. There are all these crazy powers.
Uh,
And so it's about kind of like building your own little engine and then firing off these pieces by placing them and merging them. And it is such a wonderful little like dopamine puzzle hit.
mhm.
The free version, it feels like there's so much potential and content in there alone that I lasted like 20 minutes before I was like, oh, $3? Okay, I'll just buy the full thing. And there's so much content in this. So it feels like my new slice and dice. The new like
Yeah.
just kind of run based engine buildy puzzly fighty thing. Don't let the graphics turn you off. It's got like the same super auto pets, just uses really cutesy icons for everything, but the gameplay is excellent.
Nice.
It's a lot of fun.
That sounds fun. I still have a lot of Starvaders to play, so I'm gonna try to resist this one to the best of my ability. But
This one's for
yeah.
on the go.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. I have Marvel Snap for that. I've been playing a lot of Marvel Snap lately, and I always am. So that's no different than my usual routine. It's just like something about like having a good addictive phone game. It just fills the time in a way that I really don't need in my life because it just trains my brain to be like wanting constant stimulation. And sometimes I just need to sit and look at a damn wall for an hour. You know what I mean? Just to like ground myself again. Just focus on my breathing or something, but instead I'm here like grinding out cubes and Marvel Snap at every moment. Uh,
Sounds wonderful.
yeah, it is. This is 2026. This is where we are. By the way, the other day, okay, so I as you were talking, I thought of something I did need to shout out because this is cool. Um, you know who Alex Honnold is? The climber?
No, I don't.
Okay, he is the guy. There was a movie that came out a few years ago called Free Solo, and he's the guy that climbed El Capitan without ropes in that movie.
Okay.
Solo climbing is rock climbing without ropes, without a harness, and it is
Oh,
not
geez.
advisable. I would not recommend it. It's just for crazy people. And Nikki and I had rock climbed for years. We usually go into a gym and do it, but it's been some time since we have. So we're familiar with it and we understand like what it takes to do it, and like what types of like strategies you might use to leverage your weight and stuff. And so watching rock climbing stuff has always been really interesting to us. It's great at the Olympics. I would recommend that, by the way. But over the weekend, Alex Honnold did a live Netflix show where he free soloed the Taipei 101 skyscraper. 101 stories, and this guy's climbing the entire thing with no ropes. It was a huge Netflix special, kind of like to the extent of a David Blaine like magic thing. You know how they always talk
Okay.
those up and they have a bunch of camera
Yeah, yeah.
coverage. It's like he could die on screen and it will be amazing. Yeah, that it felt like that could happen at any point in this, which was nuts. But they had people suspended off the side of the skyscraper like every like 20 feet or so, getting footage of him climbing like pretty intimately, like really close to him. And they've got folks in the skyscraper with their cameras videotaping him out through the windows. It was nuts. I mean, I was like, what is going to happen if he does fall to his death on TV? Do they just black it out and like cut to commercial or what?
Right.
Fortunately, he did not. So, spoiler alert, he makes it to the top. He climbs all the way to the top of the spire and sits on top of the spire and takes a selfie with his cell phone. And whenever he does, he's just like, just standing there, like unaffected by the fact that he's like way the hell up in the sky. But you can watch it on Netflix. It's pretty cool to see. I don't know. I'm like a little conflicted about the idea of like promoting this type of activity because you don't want like followers that don't really know what they're doing. He does it in an hour and a half, and he makes it look pretty easy at a lot of times. Although his feet are dangling off of the skyscraper as he's like rounding these corners. They call them the dragons on there, and so it's definitely impressive. But he makes it look too easy for just common folks to try to do stupid. He's trying to fall in. Skyscraper
Wow.
Live is on Netflix. Yeah,
Yeesh. No thanks. I'm done.
yeah,
I'm not going.
yeah. All right. Anyways, that's what I've been doing, and that's what you've been doing. And next week, what are we going to be doing?
I don't know, Corey. What are we doing next week?
Okay, yeah, I set you up for that one, but I know that maybe we haven't really discussed it too closely. This was my idea, Harrison. You can shoot me down if you think this is terrible, but interactive games. Let's get back to our regularly scheduled programming of sharing a list. I'd like to talk about games that have high interaction, not necessarily combat mechanics, but just clever ways to keep players involved and engaged with one another while they're playing a board game.
Okay, fine.
All right, cool, sweet deal. Let's do it next week.
Let's do it.
All right, cool. Bye.
Bye. Yep, that's the end of the podcast then. Bye, everyone. Drink water.
Adamantly Analog is Corey Murphy and Harrison Dunn. Original themes and bumper music by Corey Murphy. Reach us at adamantlyanalog@gmail.com. Thank you for listening.